sure I get that right. So yeah, listen, y'all. I got this little app. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to get a. You know what I got to do first? Shalom, 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 everybody. That means peace be unto you, and a little bit more. This is Ivan, the Trinity of Water, with another Tell Your Vision, not a television. I'm not telling you your vision. You tell yourself your vision. You get it? Tell Your Vision show. And this show is going to be a little different than the norm, y'all. I'm a little uneasy right now because I'm going to share it. For the first time, I'm going to share one of my videos with someone because it's kind of necessary, and I'm going to explain that in a second. But listen, you guys, when I say that source, God, talks to me, and others, yeah, talk to me too. And I get it. But it's like Moses, you know what I mean? Because I'm a very, very humble person, right? So humble, a lot of people never can really see who I really am. However, anyway, that's why I don't share these messages. I have a story, y'all, and I can't make this up. So I was over one of my cousin's house, and she has a nonprofit organization, and she has a lot of events, and I'm a pretty, big guy, and I help her move things, right? So as I'm there, this is how Source talks. I meet a young lady who, I meet a young lady. She majored in communication. Now, if you watch this, I'm big on communication because I know truly how far. See, you got to understand it. That's like a, college thing. Understand it. That's when you get more metaphysical and spiritual, and then overstand it, right? So, I'm not getting deep. I'm excited, y'all, because listen, you got to see how this story goes. So I'm over there. I'm just moving boxes. Now, when I present myself, you guys, I'm Clark Kent, right? Clark Kent. None of my family, nobody really knows what I do. They just see me as a big brute, like, I lift and I put it down. And I get it. That's completely fine. I don't try to push myself on anybody or try to make them think something. I don't need a sticker or a pat on my butt. I don't need that. I'm way past that point, right? So anyway, I'm thinking with my neocortex here, my thinking brain. So here we go. So as I'm helping move the boxes, Source tells me, okay, I asked her what she majored in. When she told me communications, that was confirmation. Source was like, I want you to collaborate with her. And see, I'm going to give you a hint. The collaboration was, now she may have just assumed, like most people, this is just going to be talking about and it is to a degree, but just talking about relationships and the kind of communication is important in all aspects of life. But I'm talking, how I am. I'm talking spiritual, communicating with God, how God's trying to talk to you, but it's very hard for you to hear it because you think with this and not this. See, and I think with this. That's why I said I walk around like Clark Kent, but I'm fully aware that I'm Superman. That's why Superman ripped it open. That's the S on your chest. That's when you take off all your titles, your PhDs. I'm a teacher. I'm a preacher. I'm a business owner. I'm this. No, you're not. Those are adjectives of who you are. That's not who you are. So who are you? That's what I'm here for. I don't reveal it. It's only one revealer, but I see the bigger picture. You ever heard the phrase seeing under the veil or over the veil, however it goes? That's 90% of communication you don't see. It's not physical, right? Kayla, you know that. So where is that 90% going, right? That's kind of what I'm here for. Lift the veil up. So as I'm talking to her, like I said, I was already delivered to me. Okay, you need to work with her to do, the podcast, video, whatever. So, being me, just asking people is very uncomfortable for me. Like sending this video is a very uncomfortable thing for me because I feel like I'm pushing myself on someone. So, and I'm trying to get over that because you have to deal with people. I'm a people person, but it's still difficult because of how I can see so much past. Because I see the inner, that's consciousness. If you look up the definition of consciousness, being truly conscious is not outwardly. It says it's inner. Look it up. Go to the Oxford Dictionary and look up consciousness. So most communication is actually done unconsciously. because it's done just physically. The 10% of brain. Junk, 90% junk DNA, right? It's not junk, but you use 10%. Look it up. So we're operating on 10%. I don't operate on 10%. I use epigenetics. Look that up as well. So anyway, I'm telling you, I got to get to this story, y'all, because it's very exciting. So being me and being nervous, and when I want to push myself, okay, sorry for drifting to y'all. I was like, yeah, Kayla, we should do a podcast or something. She was like, oh, yeah, Now, like I said, 90% of communication is not, listen, y'all, I already knew. In one ear and out the other, just like I would have did, because most people do what? They talkers. They don't really take action. See, I'm an action taker now, but I used to be like everybody else, talking, right? So, and I didn't say it like seriously. It was a way where you ever try to make a deal with God, y'all? Like, okay, I did it. I was obedient. So anyway, let me stop being silly. Okay, so basically we just, I finished lifting the boxes or whatever. And it was on me very strong. Like Source was talking to me really strong because I see past appear. You have 10 seconds to make an impression. Kayla, you know this as well. Of course, master teacher, my mentor, he knows this. 10 seconds to truly make an impression on someone. So if she see me 10 seconds, just unconscious, Kayla, not judging, but she sees me as a brute. Like he's probably not on my intellectual level, or, I don't really, I'm not going to take this seriously, right? Completely understandable. Most of humanity, a plethora of humanity, that's how they think. I truly get it. I'm Clark Kent at that point. So, me knowing that, and I'm like, I'm talking. It's like I'm literally, it's an inward conversation, y'all, I'm having with God. I'm trying to tell God. Do you ever do that? Try to tell God? So I'm like, look, God, she's not going to see past my physicality to be able to see my spirituality. She's not. Source told me, for one, you meaning we are not, we don't make things happen. We just deliver it. And also Source said, now you're judging. See, it happened that easy. Now I'm judging her. I'm talking about her judging me, thinking she's judging me. And I know on a physical level, one of the nicest people you ever meet. I'm talking about, you know how this show is. This is metaphysical, this spirituality. We don't think we super on this channel. So anyway, I'm just like, okay, I did it. And I was yeah, and I asked her, here we go. There we go. My bad. I keep drifting, y'all, because I'm excited. So listen, what I end up asking her was, I said, Kayla, um, have you ever heard of the art of communication? Have you ever, either read or did the audio? She said, no, who wrote it? And I couldn't remember at the time. And I looked at it twice since and I still don't remember. Just put in the art of communication. But anyway, I threw that out there because, for one, I wanted her to check out a little bit of it. So it would be more than just a physical aspect of communication. And it would be more of the inner and overstanding of how important how it's everything. Communication with God, communication with yourself. Yes, that inner, when you read silently, that inner voice, what is that? You tell me. So communication with yourself. What are your thoughts? Very deep. And the just that importance of it and how it goes, so many layers. But anyway, right? Maybe I should have explained it to her like that. See, this is the thing. I'm going to send it to her. She's probably not going to watch it, but I'm going to do my job. So here's the thing. My battery died too. I might have to hurry up. If I was that passionate, it may have been different. This is how I kind of express myself, you guys. Either writing or, and I'm going to get to the point because I don't want to waste your time. I told you I might send this to a family member or two, and I'm going to send it to Kayla. But anyway, but she's probably not going to watch it. But anyway, listen. So I didn't do it. About a week later, Source was like, reach out. I'm like, how? I'm like, I'm not about to text that girl. I don't know her. I'm like, you know what I mean? It was very uneasy. And like I said, she's a very, very, likable person. And, she's not funny acting at all. It's just, that's my character. I don't like reaching out to people. something I'm working on. So what I did was I said, okay, God, I sent the art of communication to her. And I said, if she sent like a heart or like, oh, what is this? Or thank you or whatever, I said, that will be a sign and I'll go in deeper. I made a deal, yo. He'll make a deal with God. Like, look, we're going to make a deal. So I sent it and she didn't reply. Now, like I said, if you do see this, I'm not saying it like that. Um, I'm saying it more so just like most people probably wouldn't. Like, for one, you probably don't have my name stored. Like, who is this? What is this? You probably having fun with the family or whatever. I'm just saying, I get it. I'm not, I don't think like that. I think with the neocortex, I don't sweat small stuff. So, like back in the day now, I thought I was the man. If I text any girl, I'm just saying, I get a text back like that. No, I'm just being silly, kind of. But, so yeah, I was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? So I'm going about my business, which that's what I'm going to get to later. 2 days later, you guys, which is today, I'm at the gym. And this is why I said Source literally talks to me. And what's even funnier is she has the video and the date of it. So I'm not making this up. My cousin who I was helping with the boxes, she sends a community text. In the text, what does it say? For people who overcame things or have like a great story or something, I want you to contact, guess who? Kayla. Yeah. So to you, you might be like, oh, that's just a coincidence, or okay, what does that mean? See past the veil, you guys. That was the sign right there. That's why I said I don't sweat like, a reply or anything like that. No, I mean, I'm not a kid. So, it's like, people have things to do. I don't take that as any form of disrespect or it's just a text. So anyway, moving forward, um, I see that and I'm like, okay, I have to be obedient. Now I have to kind of step it up a little bit. How do I feel comfortable? A video. So again, whether we can work, this is another thing. God works through a plethora of people. God puts people, places, and things right in front of you. God's right in front of you, but you don't see it because you're thinking with the mind instead of the heart. And what you see is you have the prime king or prime queen syndrome, meaning you can't see past their avatar to see truly who they may be. So it's a lot of people out there like me who comes as Clark Kent because that makes people feel comfortable, and I don't push myself on people, but this is what I truly do. So, and it can be pretty deep. This is a deep channel, and my 13 people who I appreciate, like 13 people could start a revolution. I don't care if it was 2 people. This is a powerful show. So anyway, moving forward, yeah, this is how I feel comfortable talking. So this is how I'm going to do it. Now, like I said, if it doesn't happen, this is how Source works. You don't look at the outward. That's just for a moment. You don't look at that because that's what I used to do. No, no, no. You just be obedient. You all have free will. What it more so is, you have all the opportunities. And a plethora of opportunities probably come. But here's the problem. What does opportunity look like? Kayla, tell me, what does opportunity look like? Tell me, please. Put it in the description. What does it smell like, you guys? What does it taste like? But the reptilian part of our brain want to tell us, because that's the part that makes us comfortable. And what do we think opportunity looks like? Looks like. What do we think opportunity looks like? I got it. There we go. A big business, man in a suit on a pulpit, a multi-billionaire. Is that how God comes? If you whether you read the Bible or you don't, that's cool. You have it in here. Do you really think that's how Source is communication? Is what I'm saying. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because it's part of my purpose, you guys. I'm Superman, and so are you. But you got to emotionalize with yourself, and you have to rip off the I'm a teacher, I'm a preacher. No, you're not. Who are you? Really, rip it off. That's why Superman did that. The S that makes you super, because now you can understand. That means emotionalize, not judge. We do it unconsciously. Like I said, you're not conscious. Conscious is what? Look in the Oxford Dictionary. It's inner. Most people, 90% of communication, it's not physical. All we see is the veil. If you ever heard that saying, the veil, you can't see past it. So you won't see me. You'll see Clark Kent, a brute, a brute. Far, yeah, a carpenter. I'm a bodybuilder. Christ was a carpenter. But what was Christ? Yeshua, Jesus. So whatever makes you feel comfortable. What was he really? Just like me. Am I really just a bodybuilder? You don't know me. Just like I don't know the true you. Bible says, did ye not know you were gods? But you die like man, meaning you die thinking you a teacher, a preacher, because we do our will. When we die, what do? We leave our will. It's very unconscious, but they put they put the symbols and all this stuff for a reason. Whether it sounds like a conspiracy theory or crazy, hey, I get it, but no, it's for a reason. They say you do your will, make your will. Nobody's saying like Christ, let your will be done, not mine. I don't need to leave a will behind. I'm gonna do the work of my Father. Isn't that what Christ said? I know, sound crazy. I get it. But anyway, I got to be obedient. So, yes, I'm going to send this, like I say, possibly to a family member or two. I'm going to send it to Kayla. Physically, I'm doing that's why I say I don't judge. Most of my shows to all is for me. I'm thinking physically. She's not even going to look at it or really be able to hear what I'm saying because no one, I'm telling you, me, if you don't listen here, you're not going to get much of what I say. If you playing with the kids, you doing paperwork, and you just hearing my voice in the atmosphere, no, you're not going to get it. You have to be still, like the Bible, be still and know that I'm God. You have to be still to be able from here, heart chakra, right? So anyway, I got to get to it, y'all. So I'm going to center the video, right? What was the community message saying? Now, this is the part I really need to get to. Okay, good. I'm going to try to finish this within 25 minutes. It was saying somebody who what? They can't overcame something. Now, I'm paraphrasing. And they made something out of themselves, right? A great story. Well, I'm about to give you the greatest story ever told. Yeah, from me. Oh, Ivan, yeah, from Detroit, Michigan, right? Clark Kent. Yeah, me. So, what's that story, y'all? I'm going to emotionalize with you guys, right? Hardest thing in the world to do, right? But this is obedience. So I'm coming from the heart. Okay, listen. About 5 months ago, quit my job. I had a dead end job. Wasn't really, wasn't going anywhere. No growth. I gained like 80 pounds, 70, 80 pounds. I was working like 14, 15 hours, sometimes 3 days straight. And no, like I said, money is a tool. It's a sense of freedom. So I'm not talking about it. Trust me. But I'm just saying I was making great money, but that money meant nothing. I had no time to really focus on what I was really supposed to be doing. And not only that, I was in a very toxic relationship, right? I'm going to make this really brief. So I was in a kind of, not a dark space, but I was in a space of, like most people that they're just unaware of. I'm like, on the outside, it looks good. Like I'm really doing something. But I'm doing what my will, and that's why it sucks. That's the paradigm, y'all. That's the veil. That you really could be hurting here, but out there, but they program, especially as melanated people, that Willie Lynch that we got in us, those genes. I'm just being real. But out there, the people might look at you or look up to you, and you like, I should be happy. And that's enough. Like, oh, I'm happy. Or you convince yourself. This is a real show, a show of truth. So I'm telling you because I lived it. I get it. But anyway, I'm in that point, and it came to a point where I said, I quit. I can't do it anymore. And of course, hey, you lose the job. Now, like I said, this is Superman. A lot that friends may not know. I actually have two houses. Like I said, toxic relationship. You lose the job. You know the woman coming a little after. You know she's about to go a little after. I'm just not a shot, ladies. All of nothing is nothing. But I'm just saying. So, and really, it was kind of me too. I had to get rid of the toxicity that was preventing me from doing what I was sent here to do. You guys. So if you could like getting kind of serious now, emotionalize with me because it's hard. I know it's going to be a form of judgment. That's just a little old Ivan. I get it, but just really hear me, right? So um, I had to leave it all behind. I had to leave it all behind, and yeah, of course it hurt. You know what I mean? No one knew it because in this battle, you're diamond. And in a diamond, you have you have to go through what? You have to go through the fire. It's a process that you must go through. And you can't wear your heart on your sleeve. And but what it does, what it should do, is give you a sense of compassion for others. Now I know this is a communication video. Just bear with me. Um, so anyway, yeah, I didn't show it. Nobody, if I did not saying it, nobody would have known. My kids, my houses, my girlfriend, my job at one time. And I'm on 310 pounds. Yeah. That's sad music. That music not sad to me though. That's that spiritual music. Quiet time with God. And we're gonna get to that. But yeah, so how did I overcome it? What did I do with that energy? What do you do with that? You either could just take it and give up, or what? You can transmute it for your good. And that's exactly what I did, you guys. That's exactly what I did. So, how did I overcome it? In silence. Just like people didn't know my pain, they didn't know my pleasure. But and what do I mean by that? What I mean by that, Kayla, what I mean is I worked in silence. I worked in silence, an intimate relationship with my source, and nobody knew. They just saw Clark Kent. They didn't see Superman. I didn't let them see Superman. The S on the chest. Why do they call being naked your birthday suit? It's because when you're naked, you rip off all the adjective, teachers, preachers, you rip it off. And you're not, and like Adam and Eve, you're not ashamed. Who told you you were naked? The Bible start kind of opening up to you. But anyway, I didn't come here to preach or teach. So what did I do in silence? Let's get started. My nonprofit, Ivan, the Trinity of Water, geared towards health, success, mental health. It felt all around health, which holy came from the word health. The etymology of that word, it was originally health, healthy mindset, healthy, healthy finances. All of it is health. Health is, like they say, health is wealth. Literally, health is your wealth, not your fatty. Fatty is good. That's money. That's great. But it health. That's being whole. Holiness is wholeness. The wholeness Bible. That's you. But anyway, let's keep going. So nonprofit. That's what it's geared toward. I can talk, y'all. I just can't. So next, I wrote a book. Libido. How I went and took that 310-pound man and lost 80 pounds. And all this was in a matter of 5.5 months with nobody knowing about it. You say, how can somebody not know that you're losing weight? When people see you on a constant, especially like people that I'm around, you don't get any pats on the back. And I don't need it. Like I said, I think with my neocortex, you don't get, oh, okay, you're looking good. Or you look, I don't even know. You know what I mean? Because I don't get on the scale. That's another show for another time. However, that's how I was able to do it in silence. Nobody's going to say anything. But let me tell you something. You may not think people are watching you, but they're watching everything. So if I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to get back to it. you doing damn good. Whoever you are, you doing good. You're not going to get encouragement, nor should you need it. But if you at the point where you need it, I'm going to give it to you. And if you at the point where you don't need it, I'm going to give it to you. Because I'm super and you are too. So I'm going to give you that energy. So anyway, no, people do see you, but don't need it. Don't need it. So, yep, libido. Now, comes out July 20th. It's $1 for the first million people. $1. We about to do one heck of a marketing scheme too. Kayla, you can get down with that too if you're interested. I'm being real. Don't see Clark Kent, Kay. See Superman. I'm saying Kay like I really know her. But anyway, look. So, libido, y'all. First million people. After that, it's $9.99. Okay, and then another show. I'm going to be promoting it. Why July 20th? I could put it out in a week. When you want $1 million, I'm not going to get deep, but you have to be in that vibration. It's not even about, it's a mindset. Money is a mindset. You have to have $1 million mindset. I have to take time to get in that frame. I have to work with my mentor. Yeah, and I got a mentor. That's part of what else I did. To be able to get in that frame to absorb that, you guys. Also, and not to blow it. But that's another show for another time. July 20th, though, libido. Libido is not what you think. You think it's something sexual. No. This is what this book is about. It's about, when you look at in the Oxford Dictionary, libido is first and foremost your spiritual instinctive energy, guys. Simply put, it's our chi. It's what I use to accomplish all this in silence. It's your drive. That's your libido. And in here, I put all, it's so simplistic. A 3-year-old can do it. $1. That's what's going to change your life. But we're going to do something with that meal, too. It's a power in numbers, everybody. But anyway, boom. So I did that. Also, let's get this merch going. I have a trinity of water merchandise. Better get your shirts while you can get them, because they out there, y'all. They out there. So what else did I do? In school for theology to get my BA in theology and Christian studies. Also, what else did I do? Well, what are you looking at? I started my YouTube channel, and it's something else that I'm forgetting, but I've been on my grind, and I've just been doing it in silence. So people probably thinking, oh, I feel sorry for Ivan. He lost this, he lost that. I didn't lose anything. Absolutely nothing. And on a physical, this thinking like this, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, I had my pity party, but it had to be cleaned out. Hallowed be my name. Your heart cleaned out, and you build. You take it. Like I'm saying, Kay, you take that energy and you build. That was the inspiration behind that book. That, and it's not a shot, ladies. Y'all, I love y'all, but y'all stick together. You get a lot of love from society. Every other race, culture, but us melanated men, we don't really get a lot of love. I'm sending out some love. That book is geared towards us. Now, ladies, if you have a man, and look, it also can be sexual. I'm saying it's both levels, a double-edged sword. That's what we are on this show. Metaphysical, epigenetics, more than 90% of the junk DNA. Look it up if y'all know it. We are physical, spiritual, double-edged sword, able to discern things, you guys, thinking from here. That's why I said if you don't listen from here, you won't get a lot of things that I say. But that book can change your life, just like this message can change your life. So how I'm going to end this is saying the big picture, if you haven't already caught it, is behind the scenes. You're seeing it physically, knowing that 90% of it, I see that you don't see. So I see my surroundings. Believe it or not, it's a puzzle. God said, I'm going to give you what you need, not what you want. Why do I lean like that? I don't know. Anyway, God said, I'm going to give you what you need, not what you want. What do we want, y'all? What we were programmed to want. The prime queen or the prime king. We don't verbally say it or mentally, consciously think it. It's more unconscious. But opportunity, like I said, okay, what does it look like? What does it smell like? So whatever your aspiration, I can tell you have aspirations. You're very intelligent, beautiful lady, lady with aspirations, and you could just tell. But in anybody else listening, I don't know what they are, but think, communicate. It's not like in the movies where it's going to be bright lights and all. Source is a very still voice. Be still and know that I'm God. It's a stillness. That's why the enemy keeps everything agitated. Makes you think you're just trying to accomplish your goals. Not saying anything is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with drive. But saying, are you doing what you were really meant to do? Not getting preachy or just, are you? Or are you too agitated to see that what you thought, what you were wishing for, or whatever, it could be right in front of you, but because it doesn't come in the form of what you thought, especially if it's a family member listening, because they see his story. What is his story? His story is the past. Looking in the past, and you can't see past the avatar. You're looking at the mistakes, the problems, situations that this person has done. Well, listen, I am. I'm Superman. My avatar probably did some ignorant things, but I know who I am. I know I'm a king. I know I'm super. But I also know if I walk around like that, it agitates people. So I walk around mostly like Clark Kent because that's what makes people comfortable. But what did I say earlier? Did ye not say ye are gods, but you die like man? Meaning, you know how many family members die and we don't even know who they really are? If I didn't share my messages, or if no one hears it, you don't know that I do this. You don't know I was sent here to do this. Some of the things I know and can do, I'm not going to go there. It would just really amaze you, but you don't really know who I truly am. Just like you don't probably know who you truly are. That's not a shot. That's just the way it is. And the most beautiful thing you can ever do, keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to stop anything, but it's just facing you. Take a little time just to discover and be still and hallowed be my name. Hallow all that stuff you think, all them adjectives who you unconsciously think you are because you're not. Me, I'm a servant. Here it is. My character? Shakespeare, Seven Stages of Man. That guy gave so much game if you could see it deeper. We merely characters. We have our roles. We have our exit. Somebody else directing that movie, which is our life. We the books. And when you tell not his story, I'm telling my story because you don't know it. So when people judge or think less, not saying you do or you don't, but anyway, when people do that, listen, it's okay. They only know his story. Meaning, Christ asked the disciples, who do you say that I am? You should do that one day. Ask people, who do you say I am? Who do you say I am? Only Peter got it. Peter was like, you are the Christ. Looked at him like, because Peter didn't think physically, you guys. Pastors, if you're watching this, that's the deeper message of it. Peter didn't think physically. He said, that's why Christ said, you could only have got that from God. That's what I'm here to help people do. That's communication, you guys. See, not saying the other people gave adjectives. You a great teacher. You a great preacher. What they seen physically of Christ. Heck, you could have said he's a great carpenter. What if he would have chose to be a carpenter? Like me. People think I'm just a bodybuilder. I'm just an ignorant brute. What if I just chose to be a bodybuilder? It could look physically like a great life, couldn't it? But Kayla, when you can't communicate with aspects you can't see, and I understand you're young, I get it. Not saying you can't even do. Like I said, I really don't know you as that aspect yet. I said as that aspect. I don't really know you like that to this point. But what I do know is, like I say, super intelligent, super intelligent. But this is just a bigger picture of it to somehow maybe say, okay, this big brute might know a little something. Maybe just a small chance. Maybe God orchestrating something for us to help to do something that might change a lot of lives, right? That's maybe. Or maybe not. Like I said, you never know. But I did my part. I did my part. I'm gonna end it at this, you guys. Um, yeah. working in silence. And one of the hardest things to do is not to share it. Where that now it's like, okay, first I was upset, like, oh man, dang, everything gone. And then you like, this piece kind of cool. Now it will come a point, you guys. Then you have to collaborate with people. And I'm a people person, but it's hard for me to deal with people because a lot of people just can't see past the avatar. But that's where emotionalizing come in. That's fine. Just do you. That's all you have to do. Source of God take care of the rest. God to take care of the rest. So uh, I did my part. This is how I feel comfortable, either writing or on film. Because I love my people. You know that. I love my people. And when Source told me, I want you to share how to communicate on all levels, meaning didactically. My man MT, my mentor, look up didactic. It's deep because this is communication on so many different levels. And like I said, if you seen me, I don't know who you think I am, but if you seen me, this Source talking to you because I told you Source talks to me. You may think those were coincidences. No, that's literally how Source talks to me. And this happens so much now, it's not even like surprising. But I try to share it when I can. Listen, you guys, when people are around you, you're seeing 10% of what God could be showing you because God is trying to communicate with you. And always, you're not listening because you're agitated doing your will because it makes logical sense. My ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. It's not logical. Jesus being a carpenter would have been very logical with it. I did a video like that. Think about it. If you were Jesus' friend, right? Now his father, Joseph, his physical father, was a carpenter. And Jesus said, what you think I should do? Follow my ministry? Go to my hometown where I'm not received? And you gonna live and crucified and all this stuff? Should I be a carpenter? Pretty sure he probably would have been a good one. Made a lot of money. Would we even heard of him? I'm just saying, think about it. I'm a bodybuilder. You have never confuse your gift with your purpose. Let me say that again. Never confuse your gift teacher, your gift preacher, your gift bodybuilder, your gift carpenter, your gift mason, your gift builders. Why did I say that? What is the cornerstone that the builders rejected? Are you rejecting it? Let me say it again, make that make more sense. That eye on the dollar, what is that? What is that eye? How am I able to see things that others don't see? How is my mentor, Master Teacher 33, how is he able to see things that others don't see? What is that eye on that? Why is it separated from that pyramid? Not trying to get too deep, and I know you probably thinking this dude crazy. Just maybe it hit your subconscious. Maybe I'm talking to your subconscious. What is that? What is that eye? What is that light? Why did Christ say, I'm the Son of Man? The Son of Man. S-U-N of man. That's why I'm shedding my light. Don't matter what people think about it. Source said, listen, it's time. I gave you what you need. Can you see it? Now, I be obedient. I reach out. If it's not received, prophet never normally receives. I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I'm just saying I'm in my hometown. Maybe a great chance it's not really received. That's just Ivan doing something else again. I get it. And that's fine. That's very fine. Anyway, like I said earlier, but I'm not judging. Because like I said, I told God, I'm like, no, she would never be able to see past my physicality because you get 10 seconds to make that impression on us to see my spirituality. Nor does she have to. I just got to do my job, right? And because it's never up to us. So listen, who's ever hearing this, whatever you choose to do has absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm not nobody's savior. My message is simply to put in the atmosphere. Who hears it, source, God, Jesus, Yeshua, whatever feels comfortable, reveals it. That's the revealer. Revealer. Because you already know it. You just got to remember it. Remember. We remembers of something, y'all. That means like renewing. You did it before. Source said, I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. Your name, all of it. You look up your name meaning. Look up your if you into it or not. I'm just saying, just for what they call it, for laughs and giggles or whatever. Check it out. Check out your life path number. See, do it kind of suit another part of you, another part that you might have suppressed. That maybe, just maybe, I'm awakening and stimulating. We cell phones, right? CELLPH, mind body connection. PHCELL, self. Cell phones. So I'm calling you. Yep. I can't pick the phone up for you. Source is calling you through me. Are you going to pick up? That's chosen. Plain and simple. That's how it works. Chosen calls. More than just verbally, you guys. Like I said, that's communication, but I get to that later. I made the call. I can make the call. Like I said, it's not up to me if you pick up or not. That, my friends, is what I mean. It's not up to me whether somebody received nothing. And that's the lesson that I'm learning. We always learning. Whatever, it could be this, hey, spread around the family. He made this crazy message and, this crazy guy, or not even watch it. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. The only thing that has to do with me, and I'm saying this for you, who's ever watching, who might be, starting their spiritual path, your only job is to be obedient. And I'm learning that more and more, because the more I can get comfortable reaching out, and already I'm starting to, because I didn't have one friend, you guys, you know me. I'm be secluded, you guys. But as I get comfortable with it, single but together, it doesn't mean you have to run in a pack. I'm not making no oaths or anything. I'm just saying I'm not going to reject my cornerstone. That's the light. Your light. You're building something in your life, doing your will. You're going to set a will, right? For your family, you're going to do your will. Those words mean something. Just for a second, I know it might sound crazy. How about not be a carpenter? How about do the will of God? As cliche as that may sound, right? Told you I was making good money. The feeling I have now, it can't even 1/10 of how it was then. My phone about to die. I'm about to send this out. I completely understand if you don't reply or watch it. I get it. Like I said, it's not up to me. But anyway, for the people who, haven't seen this, you don't know how I end every show. How I end every show is shalom, meaning peace be unto you. A little bit more, but main meaning peace be unto you, and love. Boom, and you can buy them.